Marion, Emerson. I live in Fair Oaks, California.
And I'm Frances Dack, and I live in Rancho Cordova, California, both of which are suburbs of Sacramento.
It's been wonderful that you are here today because you came all the way from Nigeria for this show. So I was able to quilt this for the show. You made this gorgeous image of 10 children, and it was a joy to do. So I was with Frances at a social justice sewing academy volunteer work day for some of the community quilts, and Sarah was in the room saying, does anybody have a long arm? And I kept my mouth shut because I volunteer too easily. So she said it 3 times. By the 3rd time I said, I have one, so sit down, I'll do it. So she brought it out and we were amazed. So I enjoyed quilting it so much because of the beautiful expressions and the babies, her hair, it just was a joy. All the fabric is gorgeous. So I truly enjoyed doing this. And we had to do it in a short period of time.
Yes.
And we managed to succeed.
So I was the person who invited Marion to go to the work day. She had never been to one before. She told me about how she volunteered,
Yes.
you know, and so she volunteered only seeing a little picture of, I think, of maybe the photo that you worked from me.
Yes.
And then Sarah had it brought in at lunchtime, and we were all, oh wow, you know, it was just amazing, and just awestruck when you see this. So I was sort of a backup person who helped with, you know, when you're making a quilt, you've got 3 layers basically. This green background is a really sheer fabric, so we made it a 4-layer quilt. Behind this fabric is a very light green colored fabric, and then the batting, and then the backing. So we layered that up so that she could quilt it. Marion and I spent 2 days, not really full 2 days, but 2 periods of time, gluing down all of the tight edges because in order to quilt it, you need to have those edges flat. You're going to know that because you've never quilted before, but you're going to learn. And so we did that, and then she quilted, and I put together the facing. It's on the back so that you can turn the edges there. And I also did the sleeve so that it can be up. And we also had 3 other helpers, 2 of which are members of SACWA, and all of them I think are members of our local guild as well.
All my buddies, all my friends. I said, Brenda, can you help? Because I knew she could pen it down. She has special pens. And Lori's fabulous at squaring it up. So we went into my condominium's community room, set it on big tables, and it was a community group effort. I just was so happy.
It's really so wonderful to work as a group on something, and to work internationally. It's just very exciting.
Any other questions?
The opportunity.
I'm thanked for accepting the offer because this actually is from the look of the photograph. It's a project already of a group of people. I mean the children. So now working on it, it became a project of community. It became a project of from Africa to America, and such kind of work sharing. Are you getting me? Bringing us much more together. If not, we wouldn't be smiling and sharing all the stories here. I know we spend time, energy, and all that time put together. Now, this technique which I use is quite tasking. if you look at all my work, some of them you can't even count how many number of fabrics, pieces of fabrics you use.
Yes, I know.
So the only thing I will do now is to begin to learn how to manage to put them together so it could be easy for quilting, but the style wouldn't change.
See on the back, we can see some of the work.
Yes.
How
Oh, yeah, you can see some of the
Yes.
pieces.
baby
Yes.
space here. And I think I have photos of that better. It's hard to do it.
This actually now gives you the understanding of what I went through to get the images drawn and putting composing all these images.
You did
And when
draw.
you look at it, you
So
see a kind of pyramid.
Yes, it's a
Yes,
pyramid.
You
yes.
see a kind of
Beautiful
pyramid.
composition.
So,
And
and
as I quilted it, excuse me, this composition keeps your eye here. Because your eye hops around to
yes,
each one,
yes,
and the baby brings you back. She's the focal point. This person goes, it doesn't let you go away.
Yes.
You're looking and you start again. So it's a
She's
beautiful
really
composition.
looking at us, you know.
It's a great composition.
I took just a short time class from Sarah, just on the video on how to just make this simple thing so that it could pass through the machine, So within a short time, just a day or two, we had a video chat and talking about what and what need to be done. And she was like, okay, paint this, paint that. After sharing some of those images with me, I said, okay, I'll get back to you. And after a while, I called and said, come on, let me look at what I can do from my environment. Let me come with something from that side instead of painting something here, which I may not even be able to talk the history of it. And let me paint from what I'm used to. And I went into my archives. Some of these images I've documented them some years back. So I went into my archive and I saw some images. And when I showed her this one, she said, oh my God, let's go with this. And that was how it came up. But then getting the image, transferring it to fabric on the canvas is very simple. If you're making drawing, you are seeing it because the canvas is plain. But coming to this one that you still have colors, so you have to just make light sketches and all that. So it becomes a little bit challenge. But then worked on it, and then it started becoming very interesting, and I couldn't leave it again at all.